Love you. There, I said it.
Love me? What do you mean you love me? Are you crying?
I love you, Ricky. I love you like a brother. I don't like you at all, but I love you. People say that you don't really know what you have until it's gone, and maybe it almost took you being gone for me to realize.
You probably don't watch Trailer Park Boys expecting moral philosophy, considering it's a show about small-time criminals, illegal businesses, drunken schemes, and life in a rundown trailer park. Characters like Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles lie, steal, sell drugs, and regularly get arrested, so calling the show moral sounds absolutely ridiculous. But if you look closely, the series actually runs on a surprisingly consistent ethical system. One that's less about laws and more about loyalty, survival, and community. And that moral code is exactly what makes the show work.
He told me that I would turn into a big green monster with big green teeth if I smoked.
Well, that's not true, actually, but shouldn't be smoking, you're only little.
I can't help it. Mommy and Daddy let me smoke.
In most sitcoms, morality is defined by society's rules. For example, in 2.5 Men, the characters represent different responses to those rules. Charlie Harper embodies open hedonism, selfish, indulgent, and largely guided by self-preservation. Meanwhile, Alan Harper initially appears to be the moral counterweight, a struggling divorced father who calls out Charlie's behavior and tries to maintain a sense of responsibility. Several seasons into the show, rather than opposing Charlie's lifestyle, he begins to mirror it by lying, manipulating, and rationalizing his actions in order to maintain his comfort and avoid consequences. He isn't malicious in a way a con artist might be, but he consistently convinces himself that his dishonesty is justified. In other words, the moral framework of the show still revolves around typical societal expectations. The characters either break those rules or slowly rationalize their way around them. This is a fairly stark contrast to Sunnyvale Trailer Park, where the characters don't simply bend to societal rules and operate under entirely different moral codes. Though these actions are necessary for general survival, these behaviors aren't frowned upon but are actually encouraged by the community.
Come on, boys! Come on, fucking banana! I fucked up! Get in the truck! Get in the ship! Good job, boys! Help me get the car here! Fuck off the car, Bubbles! Come on! I'm not leaving this fucking car! Come on, leave the car! Come on! Get in the fucking truck! Get in!
Behaviours that would normally be condemned outside the park are often accepted within it. Part of it is because everybody in Sunnyvale Trailer Park provides some kind of value to the community. Jim Lahey maintains his authority through ego and ideological control. His power complex often disrupts the residents' lives, but his constant rivalry with the residents often prevents outside authority figures from stepping in, which unintentionally benefits the rest of the park from prying eyes. Julian provides leadership and a more level-headed, protective approach to solving problems. Because of this, residents often seek him out for advice when a situation escalates.
I think you're afraid.
Fuck afraid. You think I won't pull the trigger? My brain tells my finger to pull the trigger and boom! Happens just like that.
Well, let me talk to your brain then. Hey, Cyrus's brain, pull the trigger.
Funny guy.
Pull the trigger. Do it. Do it!
Ricky acts as an unlikely role model figure to those around him, particularly his family and the younger residents of the park. Despite his lifestyle, he demonstrates how to survive within the park's strange self-produced economy, while also projecting his desire for his daughter Trinity not to repeat the same mistakes he did. Bubbles, on the other hand, runs the shed and breakfast and repairs shopping carts to earn money, while also acting as an emotional support system for the other residents. Bubbles' role differs from Julian in a very important way. While Julian provides practical protection and problem solving, Bubbles often deals with the interpersonal and emotional struggles faced by the community, not the immediate physical actions required.
I see.
Have you read the Bible?
Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. What's it to you?
Can you read, my son?
Well, that depends. Can you go fuck yourself?
From the outside, Sunnyvale looks like a disaster, but internally the park operates under its own kind of moral code. There are both written and unwritten rules within Sunnyvale, like all communities, such as no shooting guns, not even on the weekends.
Safety always off.
No living in vans at the park, everybody should contribute something of value.
Roll up to a different parcel pick up every day, you know what I'm saying? Make sure them grocery bitches ain't there, you know what I'm saying, T?
Straight up.
Then we just jack the shit and throw it in the whip, right?
Breaking the law can be tolerated, but breaking someone's trust affects the entire community. What I've found interesting about these rules is that they aren't legal principles. They're more social ones, and that distinction is at the heart of what Trailer Park Boys is really all about.
Crime, drinking, scams, and jail time are all normal parts of life in Trailer Park Boys, but betrayal is something else entirely. Within the park's moral framework, informing on each other or betraying the community is treated as a far greater offence than selling drugs or running illegal gas stations.
Boys, where in the hell were you guys?
We're sick, Julian. Get the drinking fucking gas. We just gotta sit down for a minute, man.
What the fuck took so long?
Come on, dude. It's crazy. Here's your
Why can't
shit.
you guys be...
Oh, fucking nice one, Clark.
The reason for this, I believe, is quite simple. Sunnyvale survives because of its residents protecting one another. One example of this moral code appears in Season 5 when Ray burns down his own trailer to commit insurance fraud. Under normal circumstances, this would make Ray the obvious villain and asshole of the story. He's committing fraud, destroying property, and manipulating the system for money. But within Sunnyvale, the reaction is quite different. The issue isn't primarily that Ray committed the crime. Instead, the tensions come from the possibility that his actions could expose the rest of the park to the outside scrutiny and legal consequences. And when the situation escalates, the residents ultimately protect one another rather than cooperating with outside authorities. These patterns appear again and again throughout the show. Conflicts between residents are tolerated, but once the stability of the park itself is threatened...
So you really care about these guys?
Erica, I care about everybody in this park. There's a lot of really good, hard-working, and decent, intelligent people that live here.
those internal divisions tend to disappear. What this creates is a kind of collective loyalty, where protecting the park itself becomes more important than the individuals' disagreements. By the surface level standards of society, the residents of Sunnyvale are criminals. They lie, steal, grow and buy illegal substances, drug people, and routinely end up in jail. In almost any other show, these behaviours would define them as villains. And quite frankly, I don't think that the show would be as enjoyable from an alternative outsider's perspective, looking into the park. But Sunnyvale operates under a different kind of morality from the viewer's lens. Inside the park, people are judged less by whether they follow the law and more by whether they contribute to the survival of the community. Loyalty, usefulness, and trust matters far more than legality. And I guess in that sense, the world of Sunnyvale isn't actually strange or unrealistic. It's just a showcase of what our society once was. Long before modern states and legal systems dominated daily life, communities around the world relied on systems built around cooperation, reputation, mutual survival, informal economies, shared labour, social obligations. These things were far more important than written law. Sunnyvale effectively functions in that same way. It's a modern example of an old idea, that when institutions fail people, communities create their own systems of order. This doesn't necessarily mean the characters are morally pure. Their decisions often hurt themselves and others, and their schemes really end up well. One quick side note here, because this is kind of ending now, just kind of rambling. I feel as if I could make another part of this going more in depth in the more emotional structure, and I'm looking forward to maybe jumping in the future and tackling some of the other characters like J-Rock and Lucy. I think beneath the chaos, the park is held together by something surprisingly human and a shared understanding that survival depends on each other. Which is why all the crime and absurdity and the way the show portrays itself as just a dumb stoner flick from the outside looking in. It's actually really a story about people building their own moral world after society has already decided they don't belong in it.
Best currency is, and I just thought about this yesterday, the best currency, the most valuable of all, is gratitude. And if when you're dead, you're dead. But you're not quite so dead if you contribute something.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me.
You must have something saved up.
Down
Yeah, I got $9 on me and about 13 in the bank.
Seem to
That's a
be.
start. What about you, Rick?
And every stop I make,
I'm prepared to die if it will make Sunnyvale a better place to live.
It ain't long.
I don't want to hurt anybody except Ricky. So everybody just go home.
Maybe tomorrow my whole world will settle down.
Thank you guys so much for listening to my Trailer Park Boys ramblings. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for the background noise. I'm currently outside having a cigarette. But this was a really interesting project for me to work on. I went into Trailer Park Boys not kind of knowing anything about the show. I'd seen like a clip or like one clip from the Jimmy Kimmel thing, I think it was. And so I kind of went into this completely blind. I also want to point out that maybe some context around some stuff was missing, as I only watched the pilot, the black and white pilot, and the full seasons of the show, and Out of the Park. I didn't watch any of the Swearnet spin-offs, so I also did briefly listen to Park After Dark to get a general vibe, and thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, something else I also wanted to touch on is I purposely did not address the Mike Smith allegations that are currently ongoing, mainly because they're ongoing. As of recording this, I'm doing this as like a bit of a break-up in between editing this video, so I don't know how it's going to turn out yet. But yeah, as of recording this, I think like 2 or 3 days ago, he pled not guilty, and so he's taken it to trial. So I don't want to speculate or say anything around that until that's all concluded. But I hope that it is a positive outcome for the victims. Oh shit, my cigarette went out. But anyway, I just wanted to say thanks again. Yeah, I look forward to maybe doing something. This is my first ever YouTube video, so this is all quite new to me. So if you guys want me to maybe tackle another series or something like that, or I'd prefer to do maybe a series that I haven't watched, very similar to this, so I can kind of give you a newbie-ish perspective. But anyway, that's enough rambling. Thanks guys, and talk to you soon, hopefully. Alright, bye.